Now the real question, is this fun to drive?
Yeah. So this car's really fast. Yeah, this car will smoke the tires down the street. And it still has this. So this car, different from some of the other vehicles we do, this car does not have power brakes or does not have power steering.
Really? Hey everyone, so I'm at Current LA with Brian. And Brian, thank you. You're gonna take us through this beautiful car right here.
Yeah, I'll show you guys the 32 Ford.
All right. And boom, there it is.
Yeah, this is all original body, 1932 Ford. Steel car. Which is, this is like the original hot rod right here.
Yeah.
So, yeah, quintessential hot rod.
1932.
Yeah, this is a real, so it's all steel. You can see like the old remnants of some rust in these areas. That shows that, this is an old original car, so it's kind of cool to have. Now, what a lot of people don't know that it's electric. So it's got a, looks like a V12 Lincoln motor in it, but it's actually full of batteries in there. And everything else that,
That's really cool.
Yeah.
I guess the first hint is maybe these orange wires.
Yeah, those are dead giveaway. And when you see people looking at the car, they always point just like you did, like this.
Wait a minute.
Wait a minute, what is that? Oh yeah, they look around, they try to look for a distributor. So
Not
it's always
gonna
a good
find it.
time. Yeah.
It's interesting how this like false header is integrated with the steering column. Is that what's going on there?
It was just, that was done for clearance purposes. So, these blocks were meant to be used, these are crate motors. And that's what they were originally used for. And then we just retrofit them, into this vehicle. So certain things come up with steering and things, and you need to clearance stuff and make room. So
It's interesting. It looks perfect.
yeah, it definitely fits the vehicle, right? For an open hood vehicle, it fits the whole picture, we thought. So, and then there's a real Stromberg carburetors on there.
So this is, you were saying that this actually is a real block? Like it started out as a real block?
No, this is Webb creates these. These are cast aluminum. So
cast aluminum.
Yeah, they're real metal. They're not plastic. A lot of people ask if they're plastic or what it is, and they're all cast aluminum pieces. All were handmade. And,
wow.
Yeah, so we just dressed them up. We polished a lot of the parts, do some color matching and things like that, and added carburetors and things to it to give it an overall look.
And you said those are real carbs.
Yeah, those are real Stromberg
carbs. Mm-hmm. So inside this block, what would someone find?
You'd find a VCU, the BMS, all other electronics, bunch of relays, and about 300 miles of wire.
300 miles. Nice. Measured.
A lot of wire, yeah.
The motor's in there too?
The motor, on everything that we run that's an automatic, the motor is actually mounted to the back of the block.
Okay.
And then there's a torque trans gearbox.
Torque trans gearbox.
Right. And then we got a drive shaft, and this one has a 9-inch Ford rear end.
And batteries in here as well?
This does have a battery in the front, and then we also have a battery pack out back.
And in the rear?
Yeah.
What about, do you know how big the pack size is?
I believe this is a total of 60 kilowatt pack.
60 kilowatt pack. Now the real question, is this fun to drive?
Yeah. So this car's really fast. Yeah, this car will smoke the tires down the street. And it still has this. So this car, different from some of the other vehicles we do, this car does not have power brakes or does not have power steering.
Really?
Yeah. So this one's like true old school hot rod, just converted to EV, electric. So, it's got the 9-inch Ford rear end. It's got posi. It's got 4-wheel Willwood disc brakes on it, and it has all the looks and everything of an old, original hot rod. In the dash, we've got our. I believe that's we have an A&M screen in there.
Oh,
AM
cool.
Screen. Yeah. It has a little stereo in there and tilt column. We modify shifters and everything to work, but give it that classic look with the shifter popping up like that.
So that's just forward and reverse?
Right.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah. We run Willwood electric e-brakes on everything.
Okay.
Yeah, so those work really well.
This, I think, is my favorite line on these coupes. The like runners there and the way they come up. God, it's just so cool.
A lot of people like to run these fenderless, but I think that the fenders look really nice on them.
I agree.
Yeah.
Do you roughly know horsepower equivalent?
About 300 horsepower.
Wow, and how heavy is this thing?
This thing, I believe it weighed 2,300 pounds.
300 horsepower with 2,300 pounds. That's proper quick.
Yeah. It's a quick car. It's a lot of fun.
It's plenty enough. You could probably burn through your battery pack real quick if you wanted to.
You can, yeah. But this one gets like about between 100 and 150 miles range in it now. So.
Wow, that's good.
Yeah. And then of course, we go with the cap and get our charger port in there.
Is that the stock location
That's
for?
the stock location, yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
What does it look like in the back here? Does that open up?
Yeah, the back here.
Oh, cool.
That's the pack, secondary pack back here.
And
The
12 volt
battery.
system.
Yeah.
This is actually really beautiful. And here, the detailing with the leather
We
and
do-
carpet in the back there. You could definitely put like groceries or so. This is
Yeah.
a grocery getter.
Right. Yeah, it's got some room. You can get a grocery getter for sure.
Yeah.
And a fast one, so you can get that. That milk will get home still be cold.
It's important. I think that we just made the case.
Right.
Yeah. But that is really pretty detail. And we were talking about this a little bit in some of our other cars that we've gone through, that you guys do everything here, not just the EV conversions, but you will do frame off restoration
Yeah, that's what we
all the way
we
through
want to do.
audio.
Yeah, we'll do everything through audio, and we'll do repairs and work with people with whatever anybody needs. But yeah, we try to focus on doing full restoration and full EV swaps and stuff. So yeah.
So this car, other than getting groceries, are you taking it to shows and cars and coffee, stuff like that?
Yeah, absolutely. I think the last one we did was at the Peterson Museum.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, we had a good time there. That was a great show.
This is a stock steering wheel,
No, it's aftermarket.
Aftermarket?
Steering wheel.
and then your logo right there. I don't know if
Yeah, we do the logo on the horn buttons and stuff.
that's cool.
Yeah, we like to add little details with our stuff on it, of course.
What's the story up here?
So this is how they originally came.
Really?
You see, yeah, it's an upholstered. There's a wood. These cars, all the frame beyond this metal is all wood. And that's how
Really?
they were originally.
Wood
yeah.
frame.
So yeah, if you look in, you can see there's nails here that actually hold the metal wrapped around and is nailed to wood that's within here. And the hinges go through metal and then into wood backing on here. This is a wood frame, and then over that is a chicken wire.
Really?
Yeah. And then
Dang.
over that is like the padding and then the vinyl top. But that's original to these cars, that style. Yeah.
Why did they do that instead of metal?
Yeah, I'm not sure. The only thing I could ever come up with is that possibly the tooling that they had at the time,
Okay.
that they couldn't make a large piece, or why they would have that as an open area.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I'd ever come up with, is why they would have that not be just a metal roof.
It's an interesting question.
Yeah.
And I guess you could set things on top of it and it won't scratch the paint. That's good too.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's cooler.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe it is cooler because it's insulated. Nothing else really is on
They
it.
didn't have AC.
No, they didn't.
And this still doesn't, right? No
No.
AC, all
Yeah.
manual brakes, like you said. Yeah.
This thing's just like, we tried to keep it like it's got a straight front axle in it. It's not independent in the front. It has coilovers in the rear. That's probably like, the most luxury you're going to get out of this one. It's pretty much, bad to the bone, like street rod EV. So,
Awesome.
Yeah.
What was one of the most challenging elements when you guys were converting this one? Or was it a cakewalk?
No, I mean, it wasn't a cakewalk. It's probably like I think VCU issues we had on this one in the beginning, trying to get that stuff all worked out, honestly.
Okay.
Was just, trying to get everything to talk to each other. But once we figured out that, that this is a big block in the small area too.
Yeah.
But honestly, I mean, really, we had everything bolts in on this right to the, it's like had a Chevy small block in it originally when we purchased the vehicle. And then we swapped out to this and everything lined up really well with the torque box mount and those type of Chevy engine mounts.
This is some numbers there.
Yeah.
Is that original numbers, or
So
what does that mean?
The body is original to 1932, but the chassis is actually aftermarket chassis.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And that's how they got the new mount points for the Chevy engine.
Yeah. So I mean, I should say that like it's an original body, and it has a lot of the original type suspension points, but it does have a 4-link front and a 4-link rear. So that does help it out a lot actually than what the original stuff was, like a split wishbone setup or what would come in 1932. It's a lot different than that. So that's what gives us this ride height, you know. So
yeah. 90 years to dial in and make it a hot rod. So, because that's what it is. Yeah. I get that. But back to the challenges of doing a conversion, it seems like whatever kind of the hardware is all pretty solvable, and like actually things go in pretty easily, more or less, and a lot of the complexity is in the software. Is that the case, or
that's
oversimplification?
Fair. I think with a lot with these blocks also is the you have everything that's compact into one area.
Yeah.
So that with the blocks a lot is a challenge. You know,
that makes sense.
It's great to have everything in one area, but you know, to work on them it was a challenge. That's a challenge on the other vehicles. You could have things spread out wherever you need to have them, and you know, just run the wires and cooling lines wherever you need. But yeah, having them all in one spot is a challenging part for sure.
That makes sense. And it stay pretty cool overall?
Absolutely, yeah. As long as, I mean, the fans run a little bit, but everything stays fairly cool. Yeah.
Well, I believe it because it is a pretty cool car. All right, well, thank you, Brian. I appreciate you taking us through this, and it's a gorgeous build.
Glad to show it to you.
Awesome. Thanks.
You got it.